In this training video, I'd like to take you through some of the supervisor functions. Supervisor roles can be accessed through this tab, and as you can see here, the supervisor has ultimate responsibility for everything that happens to the data inside a clinic's QAP. So when a supervisor subscribes to QAPonline, they can nominate themselves as the supervisor. They can nominate other supervisors or co-supervisors if they wish. But there are four basic aspects to the supervisor function. First is the QAP group, in which you can define aspects of your company. You can add laboratories so that QAPonline can operate multiple laboratory systems inside one QAP group. And that's exactly like a lot of IVF clinics these days, where one organisation may run several laboratories in different states or locations. You can look at each individual staff member. So the heart of QAPonline is an individual staff member doing some form of quality activity, and the supervisor being able to capture that information and summarise it in their own form for accreditation or auditing purposes. You can add a new staff member, you can remove them, you can change the status of individuals, and you can nominate one particular staff member to be involved with subscriptions, etc. The second option is to do with subscriptions. These allow you to subscribe to QAPonline, pay the fee by credit card, and start functioning straight away. In fact, it takes about 1 minute to become enrolled, create the invoice, and get going. But under this element here, you can look at each individual subscription year by year by year, so you can go back as many years you've been involved. You can look at all the different schemes available in your subscription and nominate which ones you want. You can go back and limit whether such these schemes you may wish to explore them, but you don't want them to appear in your accreditation report. You can enroll individual staff in whichever scheme you like, and you can change the professional status of any staff in any scheme from either being a student or a professional or a peer person. So each individual enrolment can either be as a training exercise for someone, say for a competency assessment, and or you can make someone a professional, in which case the submissions they make to the QAP program will be taken into account for statistics. And there are some other functions down here which are not that important. The second or the third one is to do with reporting. And basically you can do summaries. I'll come back to these in a separate report. You can look at a one-page summary for all your clinics over all time. You can look at individual schemes, both month by month and staff. You can look at the current month's performance, and you can review individual labs. But the heart of QAPonline is you can look at any individual staff member, their performance, and review it. And there are some other functions which I've written but are not really used a great deal. And the last one to do with maintenance. Once again, there are a lot of activities that I've built in the system which are largely redundant, but they still are functional, so I've retained them. But essentially, you can go back and correct a submission someone's made, or you can remove it and allow them to go back again. There were some other functions which I wrote early on with QAPonline for action follow-up, but time has proven that these things are not that important. So I think I'll stop there and I'll come back for another report on how you can use the reporting module.